Welcome to Raw Dog Game Reviews. This is the Raw Dog speaking. I'm here to give you my raw review of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Yeah, I almost said Jedi Survivor by itself. Anyway, so this game, I like it. I like it a lot. I played the first one. I'm pretty sure I can get a review on the first one. But anyway, yes, Jedi Survivor is a really good game. As you know, I usually review games that I like, but this game is a really good game. It's a really big step up from the first game. A big step up. I have to say that by a lot because the first game was good. I enjoyed the first game, but there were some problems. There were some serious critiques I had. The biggest critique being that the game had a big problem with inflating difficulty. And what I mean when I say inflating difficulty, I don't know if other people mean this, but what I mean is that the game doesn't really get harder. The game just thinks that throwing more enemies at you makes it harder. And in my opinion, that doesn't make anything harder. That just makes things more tedious. It makes it frustrating and tedious because it's a mob. So your attacks are constantly interrupted. There's just so many things to hit through. There's just so many at once. Targeting gets messed up. It's just annoying. It doesn't actually make the game more difficult. So this game pretty much solved that problem. And they did that by actually making you a boss. Because they actually didn't solve the problem entirely. The game still inflates difficulty by sending a bunch of enemies at you. And, still like, near the end of the game, one of the harder areas is a wave after wave of enemies. And it's like, yeah, wave after wave after wave. Yeah, that can be annoying. It can kind of pretend to be hard, but it's not actually hard. But then again, like I said, they fixed it because they made you a boss. So, I forget the character's name. Anyway, the main character, he now is a lot stronger. Basically, the first game you went through having to go through the whole game with your one lightsaber, and you had to power yourself up throughout the whole game. Now, they actually do progression right in this game by having you keep all that progression, which is awesome, because a lot of games would push you, for some reason, have you push back to the beginning. Like, oh, he lost his powers for some reason. That's dumb. I hate that. Now, when you have a brand new game number one, that makes sense. But when you have a game number two, it's like, wait, why did I lose my powers? I should already have them. Or I should at least have some powers. It's like how Mega Man was dumb in number 9. Mega Man number 9 was very dumb. Because number 8, he had, the dash, he had a slide, he had a charge attack, all these different things. 9, oh, for some reason he lost everything, even though all the continuity is still there. It's stupid. At least they fixed it in 10, at least they fixed it in 11. That was just dumb. Anyway, so, to get back to the point here, Star Wars, you keep all that stuff. You keep all the things you learned, they're now just basic skills you have. And it is awesome. So, now that you have all these skills, and now that you have 2 lightsabers that can go into a dual-bladed lightsaber, it's literally, I guess twin-bladed is better? Yeah, so you can put a twin-bladed lightsaber. Everything is so much better. Because now they can throw mobs at you, but it's okay, because you have 2 lightsabers, you're so fast, and you kill things so easily. It's just like, yes, this is the kind of thing you need. When you have this much power, you are able to sweep through the enemies, and it makes the game so easy. Yeah, I should just say, yeah, it makes the game so easy. The game was really easy. The game is long, it's nice, it's a good long game, but it is pretty easy. Now, I would say that, I don't mind it being easy. I don't think it's supposed to be one of those, it's not really supposed to be a Souls challenging game, although it does have action RPG elements of the Souls series. But, anyway, so, it's still it doesn't need to be a very difficult game, is what I'm trying to say. But the point I'm trying to get at here is that the game is easy. Like, when you understand how the game functions, and you have all this power behind you, the game is easy. You can sweep through enemies. When they give you a hard enemy to fight, the parry is actually very forgiving, so you can parry so easily. For me, I always use dual blades. Dual blades is the best way to go, in my opinion. The twin blade is really cool. I love twin blades. They're my favorite kind of weapon. But unfortunately, the combos with it and the strikes with it are kind of long-winded and a little bit difficult to actually parry in between. And you can end up getting caught up in combos. They're really cool looking, but you can end up getting caught up in combos. It's just not nearly as quick. It also seems to be like it's very wide-hitting, so you can hit a bunch of enemies at once. But it doesn't travel in the same way, so you travel very securely, so you'll travel in a very straight line while you're hitting. So if the enemies are close to you, yes, but if they're not really close to you, you're not going to be doing that much damage to a wide variety of enemies. Whereas when you're dual wielding, you're doing a lot of damage to that one enemy very fast because you're just going swipe, 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 swipe. So that enemy is gone in seconds, and you can quickly go over to the next one and do the same thing. So you might not be hitting as many enemies at once, but you're dealing with that one enemy really quickly, which is what I like about Dual Blades. So anyway, yes. Now, I liked how they had the new styles. The new style was the gun and sword style, and what was the other style? I think that was the only new style. Yeah, I think that was the only new style. They upgraded other styles, but the only really new style was gun and sword. Now, that was awesome. I liked that style. Although I basically didn't use it. I basically only used Twin Blade throughout the entire game. I used gun and sword maybe once to try it out, maybe a little bit here and there, but that's it. Now, again, I would say that the game is also really easy. Oh, I forgot this, because yes, they throw out mobs at you, but they also gave you one more very important thing to help with dealing with mobs. They gave you the Confusion. The Confusion is a force power you can get very early on. It's one of the very first force powers you get, where you can take control, or not really take control. You can brainwash one of the enemies to fight on your side. Now, it doesn't last that long. The enemies aren't that strong, so it doesn't help you that much, but it's so cheap and easy to use that basically when you see a horde of enemies, you're just like, oh, you're my friend now. And that enemy is now helping you, and it takes a lot of the pressure off you. And you can do it pretty much throughout the entire game. You can upgrade it, make it stronger, make it work on bigger enemies, make it work on stronger enemies, so that basically throughout the entire game, you could always do this. So whenever they throw out hordes at you, you're like, oh, you're my friend now, oh, you're my friend now, oh, you're my friend now. The only time that I ever felt a big difficulty with this was when they thrown out the 3 legendary creatures at once. You can't mind control them, and the 3 legendary creatures are pretty hard. That was a hard fight. That was the only hard fight in the entire game. That was the only time I struggled, and I still beat that fight. But that was the only time I struggled. And now, the last part of the game, I'm going to talk about the ending here, so spoilers. I did not like this. One of the final bosses was Vader. That was cool. I like fighting Vader. That's awesome. I did not like that you had to fight with one of the side characters. That was dumb. Using the side character to fight Vader was a good idea and a bad idea. It was a good idea because it allowed Vader to seem really strong no matter what, because no matter how you upgraded your main character, no matter what power-ups you had, no matter what, you were always this base side character that had none of those power-ups, none of those upgrades when you fight Vader. So the fight was able to be more scripted, more controlled. You really couldn't beat Vader. Although you still technically take his life bar down and still technically win in like the ideas of beating the game, but you don't actually win the fight. The person does die against Vader. And it makes sense because Vader is supposed to be this very imposing enemy. But I would have liked to still actually have the main character fight Vader. I would have really liked that. Although I get that they're kind of building towards that and building for that. Because in the first game, Vader was very imposing. He beat the crap out of you and oof, you barely escaped with your life. And in the second game now, you fight Vader as a different character, and Vader basically trounces you. Finally, you're able to beat him, and then he kills that character and makes the main character cry over that. So we're building up to the third game that there's going to be a serious fight with Vader, and that's pretty awesome. At least I'm hoping there's going to be a serious fight with Vader in the third game. Anyway, so that's pretty awesome. So I can't really say I hate it a lot. I just kind of really still kind of wish we had a fight with Vader with the main character. Because the actual final fight of the game is against one of your friends who actually ends up betraying you and was tricking you the entire time. Which is cool. It's one of those betrayal things. It's like, okay, cool. But then also, randomly, they're ridiculously powerful. And they're ridiculously good at things. And it's just like, what the heck here? And also, like I said, they're overly powerful, and they have a serious health bar, and they have some kind of annoying skills that blast through you. And the problem with that is that you really have to go through the fight a few times, probably. And it's honestly just annoying. It's just because the fight just takes such a long time to go through. Not because it's actually all that difficult, it's just that if you do slip up, you might die. And then when you have to go through another 5-10 minutes of that fight again, it's just like, man, come on. So, that was annoying. But all in all, the game was really good. Now, the only real problems I have with the game in total, here are the biggest cons for the game, is that it's still very much an exploration game that has nothing you want. There are still so many cosmetic upgrades. Now, if you're into that, you're into that. Sure, have fun with it. If you want to platinum the game, yeah, you're going to have fun with that. But I was not platinum in the game. I was not into all the cosmetic upgrades. I don't care. I changed... Oh, that's right, Cal? Cal's name. I changed Cal's look once. I got the trophy for it. Great, I didn't mean to get the trophy. I changed his look once into nice slick back hair. Gave him the bomber jacket because it looked good. I like the pilot idea, and I made his saber look cool by having the Justice parts on it because they look like katana handles. And that's it. That's it. That's all I did. I gave him jean pants. That's it. That was literally it. The rest of the time, I did not touch Cal, ever. I didn't change him again, at all. So, I mean, I don't care about the cosmetics. And yet, pretty much 90% of the things you find in the field are cosmetic upgrades. It's so dumb. I hate it. I hate that they are just purely cosmetic and they just waste your time. I don't want to explore for cosmetics. I only want to explore for upgrades. So, it's just dumb. I hate having to explore and then only finding a cosmetic. I really wish there was a better way to tell which ones are which. Yes, I know, at the end of the game you can unlock a skill or unlock a map thingy that makes it so you know where all the upgrades are. And no, I don't want to backtrack. I want to find them the first time. So like, I would wish I could actually tell what's going to be an upgrade, what's going to be a cosmetic, crap find. So I really hated that. It's dumb. It's completely dumb. And now they made the game basically open world, made it even more dumb because now it's so much more difficult. It takes more time to find these things. I hated it. But the rest of the game is really good. I like the Jedi puzzles. They were fun. They were interesting. The only thing I didn't like was that, BD, whatever it's called. Yeah, it's BD, right? BD gets this, like, weird, oil slick thingy, this cobalt matter. And that was part of the puzzles. It's like, okay, but you can't really manipulate it. He just kind of shoots it in places. How is that a Jedi skill? If I didn't have this little, like, droid that can now spew random matter everywhere, I wouldn't be able to do things. Like, I just found that kind of awkward and kind of silly. Like, it wasn't really a Jedi skill. It didn't really matter. So, like, I just found it a weird puzzle maker. Like, it just didn't fit in with the rest of the game, in my opinion. But anyway, like I said, the game is good. I found the game really enjoyable, really fun, and I think that number 3 is even better. So I always say the game was really good. I would highly recommend it if you're into action RPGs, especially if you like the first one. It's a big upgrade from the first one. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that jazz, and hope to see you back here next time. See ya!